start with the US President Donald Trump this hour, who's launched another attack on his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky. He criticised Ukraine's leader for suggesting that an end to the war with Russia is very, very far away. Well, it sure is without a minerals deal. Mr. Trump believes America's aid has been integral for Ukraine, and so Zelensky should be more thankful for that.
Well, I just think he should be more appreciative because this country has stuck with them through thick and thin. We've given them much more than Europe, and Europe should have given more than us because, as you know, that's right there. That's the border. This country really was like the fence on the border. It was very important to Europe, and I'm not knocking Europe. I'm saying that they were a lot smarter than Joe Biden because Joe Biden didn't have a clue. He just gave money hand over fist.
Well, Sky's David Blevins was watching over things. He has more now from Washington, D.C.
He talked about needing President Zelensky to be more appreciative to the United States. And he also said that it was difficult when somebody doesn't want to end the war. He said Russia did want peace and that the people of Ukraine want peace. So he's clearly still referencing Volodymyr Zelensky in that remark. He also talked about how important it was for the minerals deal to be done. He said it was a good deal for Ukraine, and then incorrectly again stated that the United States had contributed $350 billion in war aid. Realistically, it's more likely to be around $150 billion. And again, he stated that while the European contribution had been in the form of a loan, the US were not getting their money back. Well, the European commitment was not in the form of a loan, something he was fact-checked last week on by both the French President and by the UK Prime Minister. So he had lots to say about Ukraine. He was asked a question about comments coming from Moscow about the government there feeling that the US government was now more aligned with its foreign policy than ever before. He used a very interesting phrase. He says, well, it takes two to tango. So he didn't deny the suggestion that he was leaning more towards Moscow and said he believed Moscow wanted a deal, that the European Union and European nations wanted a deal, and it was really a question for Ukraine at this stage. But I think, Sarah Jane, perhaps the top line from the comments in the last few minutes related to the tariffs issue. We now have confirmation finally that the 25% tariffs he's been threatening to impose on Canada and Mexico will indeed take effect from midnight Eastern time tonight, so that's 5 a.m. where you are, and that an additional 10% in tariffs would be imposed upon China at the same time. When asked if there was any room for further negotiation, because of course he had paused the tariffs briefly, he said no more room.